Hello everyone, welcome back to another Minecraft video. This is Mr. Matt Ranger, and today we're going to be working on a fantasy enchanting cave. First, dig a tunnel 10 blocks high, 7 blocks wide, and about 10 blocks long. This could be connected to an existing cave that you've already built, or you could do it in the side of a hill like I'm doing here. Now we're going to dig out a room that is roughly 19 blocks in diameter. Now we have a nice domed room that we're going to continue working on. None of these shapes are completed. We're going to do a lot more forming then. Now we're going to put our enchanting table on a pyramid of crying obsidian. Find the center and go out 2 blocks on either side. And then we fill in everything else to make this circle. Then next layer, go 5 across. Make a cross and then put 1 in each corner, and then on the top we make a smaller cross and place the enchanting table in the middle. Next we're going to place the bookshelves. So looking towards the front, place 4 bookshelves high and break the bottom one, and then on the right hand side we go 5 bookshelves high and break the bottom 2. Next, on the left-hand side, we're going to go up 4, and then we're going to put 1 on either side, 1 block up. Now in the back, we are going to go up 5 blocks on the left-hand side, and 4 blocks on the right-hand side. Break off 1 underneath that one, and break off 2 underneath that one. Then on the right-hand side, we're going to go up 3, and then go over 1 and break that one right there. And now we have a fully set up level 30 enchanting area. Now we're going to dig out the area around this enchanting table and go down by 15 blocks. Now that the hole is done, it's time to do some reforming here. What I like to do here at the bottom is, because we're going to do some glass layers, I like to make it so the glass goes behind here, so it sort of looks a little bit better. So we'll just go through here and dig this out a little bit. This can all be random, and I'll be right back once we have that done. Now that we have the walls cut out here at the bottom a little bit, I want to do the same thing with the pillar and make it a little bit narrower at the bottom than at the top. The next thing we're going to be talking about is how to light up your fogged glass area. So if you don't know how fogged glass work, I'm going to be explaining it here a little bit, or at least how I like to do it. So at the bottom of your fogged glass, you want to have a light source so that the light shines up through. And me personally, I like putting a carpet on top of that light source, so that when you look down, you don't see any of the light sources and you see the color of the carpet that also matches the glass. So if you're using purple glass, you want to use purple carpet, green glass, green carpet, and so on. Personally, I like to use the glowstone over the torches just so particles and nothing else shines through the carpet, and it's a little bit easier to place. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay glowstone on the entire bottom here and then cover it with purple carpet. Now that we have all our glowstone laid down with the carpet on top, I'm going to be talking about how to actually add the fogged glass. So how it works is you want to leave a space in between each layer of glass, because if you don't, you can just see through the whole layer. So how you do that is you put 1 layer down, then you break a block in between each layer, until you have the right amount of layers. And we're going to be doing 5 layers here today. I find that 5 layers is most times enough. So now when we go back and look up at the top, you can't see it all because there's an air gap in between each space. So we're going to be putting 5 layers of glass in this entire thing. But before we do that, we are going to be getting some deep slate out here. And we're going to be covering all the walls with deep slate, both cobble and regular deep slate here. So we're going to cover the walls just to add a little bit of a darker effect down here at the bottom. Now we're going to be making the centerpiece here look good. We're going to be using crying obsidian, regular obsidian, some blackstone, some cobbled deep slate, and some regular deep slate, along with some purple stained glass panes and some end rods. To start out with, we're just going to be adding some obsidian here just to add a little bit of a darker effect here in some areas. And we might even go down a little bit lower as well. And then we're also going to be putting some blackstone in here. Alright, so that looks pretty good there. And now we're going to be adding some purple stained glass panes just to add a little bit of a magical effect to everything. Some floating over top as well. And we're going to put some end rods just to add a little bit of light here too. Also trying to make this whole thing spawn proof so that you don't have any mobs spawning in here. Alright, so now our center enchanting area is completed. Now comes the fun part of roughly shaping out the room here. This is where you can use your creativity. You could go a little bit higher, just to give it a little bit more of a grand effect. I also don't want it to look completely symmetrical. So we're going to be changing up the corners. We're going to be digging into the walls, some of the areas. And we're going to be adding a gradient on the wall using deep slate and tuft, acacia wood, dead fire, coral block, some cobblestone, some andesite, and also some mossy cobblestone along with the moss blocks for some green areas. We're just going to rough it out here, and then we'll be back with some more detailing. So now the room is coming together a little bit more here, and we are going to be adding a geode into the side of this a little bit of area here. And what we're going to be using is smooth basalt, a large amethyst bud, and an amethyst cluster, as well as a block of amethyst and some calcite. To start out with, I like to just place some amethyst down here, some blocks first of all, sort of making it into a little bit of a circle, trying to make it so that the geode would be poking through this area here. So I like to put the amethyst down first, then I like to put some calcite around it. And then some smooth basalt. So that really makes it feel like the geode is just poking through the corner of this enchanting room. And then last of all, I'll take some clusters and buds, and I will just put them around randomly. Not all facing the same direction, some of them facing down, some of them facing out, and different sizes. I don't completely cover it, I do leave some blank spaces as well. And then when the light hits it, it looks really sparkly. Right, so that amethyst geode is now done. Now we're going to start on the ceiling using some moss blocks, some oak leaves, some bone meal, and some glowberries. I want some glowberries up there just to light everything up so that we don't have to use any torches. I will be adding some lanterns in as well, but it's just going to help light it up. And then the oak leaves to make it look a little bit more green, and some more moss blocks as well. As you can see, we added a lot of different greenery here, including some dirt as well as some dripstone and dripstone blocks. You can kind of go crazy and be creative here and sort of do whatever you want. We haven't added any stairs or slabs yet to smooth anything off. So we're now going to be doing some stairs, some slabs, and some walls for some more rocks hanging down, and just to smooth out the bottom here as well. And then we're almost finished. The enchanting room is now complete, except for one last thing. We need to make a stepping stone to get across from there to there. So we're gonna come down here and break a little bit of glass and have this sticking out here. Come up here, add a couple little things off of it. And there we go, our stepping stone is now done. You could add a little bit of a stair in here, just to give it a little bit more shape there. And now you should be able to jump across here to your enchanting table. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you learned something from this enchanting room tutorial today. Please give it a like and also think about subscribing. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next video.